What's good, you two? Cardfight King here, Aqua Life baby. So we have another seven Savage Seas battle series against another personal friend of mine and YouTuber, Alecs the Ghostie. So today we are going to be doing some, for Savage Seas, baby. We gotta go with some Aqua Force. Now he is using Megacolonies, but that's the deck that he's gonna be playing at locals. So, yeah, let's get into it. Let's see what we do. Our opening hand is pretty trash. I'd rather ride Dagger to deny a counterblast, but I'd rather not ride him. I'd rather have a chance. Yep, there we go. We got Maelstrom. Let's go. All right. So against Protect clans, it's not super easy. Megacolony's very annoying to actually fight against. Megacolony to me is one of those decks that that sucks. It's one of those decks that basically with Megacolonies, like they do plus to their grade 3, but that minus from Spark Hercules, hurts you a little bit more than you realize, especially if you're able to build up a nice field. Now, seeing that he does have the Machining Horn on the board, I don't really have a great grade 2 turn, and I don't really need to take damage here, so I'm gonna give him a no pass. Yep, and he hits a draw trigger, that's fine. So yeah, the Megacolony matchup I don't really have too much experience in. We only have one Restander in our hand, and I'm not going to really just give too much pressure, so I'm going to ride Lazarus. No, I'm not even going to rush him here. I could have probably just done a title rush, but I wanted to save that for later, because we're going to ride our grade 3 first. He no guards, we get Riptide really good. Damages Blade Hercules. Blade Hercules is a card that I really don't like to see personally. I like to get rid of this card as soon as possible. The fact that he rode, now he's playing Megacolony, so he rode one. Sucks. We're gonna go ahead and no guard this attack. Gets the heal. Alright, there goes Diamantes. So the one thing, yep. So he gets a search off. The horn is a really good booster. Sometimes you just gotta let it hit and let them get their search off. They do have a chance of missing, but as you guys can see, he did get the Spark Hercules. But in general, I think heal triggers are probably the worst trigger for your opponent to hit against you if you're an Excel clan. It just really overall it just hurts in general, because it's like you're trying to get all this damage off and then they heal it off, and then it's like you got to put damage back on board. And I think it's just one of the worst things they hit against you. It's definitely worse than the draw trigger. All right, so we got Maelstrom, we got the Excel circle. So we don't have Penguin. So if we had Penguin, I probably would put like Riptide or something on the Excel circle. But in this case, we don't have like a Penguin or anything. So we're gonna go ahead and drop Tidal Assault in the rear circle. We're gonna go ahead and we're gonna drop Riptide on there. We're not gonna commit Lazarus or anything because we have enough attacks. He's at no damage, so he has plenty of damage to take. So Counterblast 1, so everything's going to get 3k. Riptide is most likely to it was one of the most likely to be able to give us a restand, but again, depends on what kind of triggers hits. Now, unfortunately, Harry Take does have to go to Vanguard. So we're going to go ahead and use Title's ability 22 to restand. Now he does hit a trigger, unfortunate, but the thing is that we're still able to hit. So we're going to go 15 at his Vanguard. It's probably going to leave us with a 1 to pass, if anything. No guard? Okay. Can we get a front? Nope, no trigger at all. That's fine. Ooh. Yep. Just a mistake. Alright, so we're going to go Tidal 19 to his Vanguard. Or 22 to his 19. It's an easy 5k block here. I figured that, since if your opponent's sitting there damaging triggers, things like that, essentially that's more offensive triggers. They have less to you know, less offensive triggers they have to hit you with. 35 to his 19. That's that's a 20k block right here that he needs. So he might commit. You know, if he hit, you know, he did hit a heal trigger. So yep, he commits the heal trigger. Okay. So at least he can't spark Hercules us, but I don't think that that's his intentional strategy. I think his plan is to ride Stag Beetle first, go Stag Beetle, and at least get some board presence. Probably put Bloody Hercules on board, Bloody Hercules along with a Hornet, or get Double Hornet on board, since he has Double Hornet in Soul. Yep, Double Hornet on board. Very smart choice. Because you can always get Bloody Hercules later with calling out Stag Beetle on the rear guard circle when you have, or have another one in hand. When you're on Spark Hercules, because then Spark can just stand whatever you call out. So this is actually not a bad board. Bloody Hercules. Now he doesn't have to use his ability to get 6k. Probably just doesn't want to blast anything out of his soul for some reason. So he's going to go swing at Tidal Assault. 28k at Tidal Assault. I'm probably just going to let that go. No guard. I don't need to waste my hand right now, even if I am losing to Restander. So he does get a crit, puts it on his rear guard. Again, so what we've seen is, oh, and he gets a double crit. My goodness, if that had gone to my Vanguard, I would have been a little extra salty there. Yep. So he's going to swing 29 to my Vanguard with a triple crit. I'm not going to take that at all. Not taking that at all. So right now we are out of counterblast, but the cool thing is Maelstrom doesn't need a counterblast. So in this scenario, what I'm going to do is I'm going to call Lazarus to the Excel circle, and I'm going to call Viviana behind Riptide. Reason why I don't call her behind Maelstrom is because she's really useless behind Maelstrom. She's only decent if he restands, and that's if they let his restand hit. So I don't know. Alright, so we have that, and so we're gonna have to actually we're actually gonna have to commit this Lazarus here too as well. So our battle phase is going to look something kind of weird. So we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna go 9k to Bloody Hercules. Mostly because we don't have a restander, but I didn't want to commit any shield. Didn't really have too much shield to commit anyways after this. Don't need to commit the perfect guards to it. We're gonna go 12k. We're hoping for hitting a front trigger. That'd be nice because we're only at 1 damage. So we do get the no guard. We get a front trigger. Great power everywhere, and then that. Now I could have hit someone with Maelstrom first. I know that, but you know, again, if he hit a damage trigger, that kind of ruined this play a little bit. So we're gonna go 32 right here. And he needs 2 cards to guard this attack. He needs another 5k. I think he's deciding on 5k. Actually, now that I think about it, I probably should have just he's going perfect guard 32. Or uses gift marker 32. Discards a Spark Hercules. I probably should have just saved it. Yeah, that was definitely my bad. Alright, we got 4th attack right here at Vanguard for 50k. He's probably just going to eat this attack, and we'll be able to get a reset. Oh no, he does he perfect guards it. Okay. Okay, so we did get a Spark out of his hand. Again, probably should have done that, but again, we still got the Bloody Hercules off board, even though he does have 1 in the soul. So unless he calls out another grade 3 to get to build his board like that, so we are going to take a huge minus to our board next turn. If he does try and kill off Riptide, that's fine because we do have another Riptide. We have plenty of damage to give. So we're in a decent position right now. A decent position, not great. My whole board is going to get minus 5k. That's not good. Ah, wrong area. So our whole board's getting minus. Not really fantastic here. Yeah, I probably could have definitely done that differently. I could have just went Vanguard first, because knowing that I don't have a restander in hand, I should have just went Vanguard first, rear guard, Vanguard at rear guard, and then, or rather, Vanguard at Vanguard, rear guard, or rear guard, rather Vanguard, Vanguard. Yeah, I could have just tried and pummeled his Vanguard a little bit, but keeping that low damage. He is guarding a lot of things. Thing is, I don't want Bloody Hercules to hit, so I'll no guard this attack. I'm sure he's going to get his search. He will get his search off. What is that? If this would be placed on rear guard, it is called as res. When it attacks in a battle, triple this unit's power. Okay. We did get a heal trigger. So we're going to give power to Vanguard because I want to be able to guard this Bloody Hercules as soon as possible. I guarantee you we're probably going to lose a Riptide or something. But I don't want Bloody Hercules to hit. That's the one I'm just most concerned about. So this looks like that's going to be a 27k column. So we do have enough to block his Bloody Hercules attack actually, pretty nicely. And he didn't find a grade 3, so that's pretty good. So we got 27 to Vanguard. We're definitely going to block that. We're not going to take Bloody Hercules at all. And he's swinging at me for 28. I can actually take that hit. Ugh, damn, damage to Algos. That sucks. Alright. So now we're in a bit of a conundrum because we don't really have much attack. We actually have, thing is, Lazarus here is actually a 17k attacker, which is not bad. Riptide will be he gets plus 20k, so he'll be 27 and 8, which would be 35. So that's still a decent number. That's still the number he'd hit without a boost. And Maelstrom is going to be a 10. Actually, this is going to be 38. So yeah, so we do have enough to give Maelstrom's effect off. But what we're going to do is we're going to commit a Theo behind Vanguard, and we can commit a Penguin. Now, is it more worth resting the Penguin? So let's see. It's really only worth resting Penguin when we have a what's his face, a restander. So it's not really worth resting Penguin for that because we're just going to be missing out on this K. So what we're going to do is we're going to counterblast. We're going to give 3k, so we minus 2,000 to everything. Minus 2,000. So Maelstrom does help things hit better numbers anyways, even if we get minus like this. So the best thing for this battle actually is we're gonna go 15, or rather, excuse me, hold on, let me see. 18. We're gonna go 18 to Vanguard. We're gonna see if he takes it or not. He does take it. He gives power. That's fine. 18 to Vanguard again. He's gonna no guard, so that's really good for us. We didn't get any triggers, but that's fine. Oh, he has another damage trigger. That's just really unfortunate. So Theo. Alright, so he's at 32. What we're gonna do is we're gonna go ahead and give Theo, we're gonna give power here, so we're gonna give him a total of 6,000. So he's gonna be put up to 18. We're gonna go 17 to his rear guard here. So even if he's at 32, we're still gonna try and force. We're still gonna definitely force at least a 15k guard out of his hand. Yep. So unfortunately, he's damaged damn near every trigger in his book. Now, what I could have probably done was I could have gone 15k at his rear guard, then swing at his Vanguard. He would have hit a damage trigger, and then he would have been able to easily block those two. So, I mean, I guess if I put damage on board, it's fine. He does have protect markers. Now, when I talk about protect markers against like Excel or something like that, the cool thing about protect markers against Excel, or rather Excel against protect markers, excuse me, is that a protect marker means that that's 2 cards that they're getting rid of from their hand. So, you know, he's going to twin drive, and unless he gets a draw trigger, he's going to have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So he'll have a total of 9 cards in hand, but then with these 2 protect markers, he'll have 1 damage to give, but he won't have any counterblast left. And so with that, you know, those 9 cards in hand, you know, for Megacolonies, how many of his grade 3? And what does he want to give up? So essentially he's going to be going from 9 to 7, and then from 7 to 5 if he has to use both of these protect markers. But then determines what happens on hand and how many attacks can we pull off. So making him tiny again. Now, in this scenario, Penguin is actually a really good card in this matchup, um, mostly because mostly because Penguin. I'm just going to rest him and give +5 to whatever units in front of him. So I'm not really losing too much by. You're not really losing anything by Penguin getting hit with this ability. Alright, so we got 25 at the Vanguard. I'm at 3 damage. Nothing, I really don't care too much here hits. So I'm going to go ahead and no-guard this attack. Hopefully he doesn't hit more heal triggers or anything, because he is in a position where he can heal off. And he does hit the draw trigger, so now he's at 10 cards. He has essentially 3 perfect guards in his hand. I hit a front trigger, so everything got +10, which is pretty good. It makes it easier for guarding. 28k here. I can do a 10k block. Now this is 1324. This is 37, so this is actually a really large attack. So what I can do here is I can block that. I could perfect guard this attack, actually. Even though I tossed the dagger, I have plenty more. And we drew into a front trigger, unfortunately. Let's see. Let's see. Penguin. So we're gonna rest Penguin. We're gonna give +5 to Lazarus. So basically at 0. So we put him back to his. We actually put Lazarus back to his original power. This Lazarus is still hitting for 17, which is a nice number. Maelstrom skill. So we're gonna counterblast. Everything's gonna get 3k. So still. So basically, it's like he just -2 to our field, but in this situation, we that Lazarus is sitting there at 15k, so that's nice. All right, so now we have that. We have a 33k Riptide Dragon, which again, it's not that bad actually. So here's what our attack pattern is actually going to have to look like. Now, Water Gang's ability could go off if he wants to, but we're going to try and pressure his Vanguard. So what we're actually going to do is, because these 2 attacks are going to be the attacks that actually attack. And we can actually set up Theo, because 15 on his Vanguard is nothing, but we're going to go 12 at his intercept unit. Now we're going to go 13 at his Vanguard. We're going to see if he takes it or not. Hopefully we can get a front trigger, because we really haven't seen much. We've seen 1 front. We've seen 2 fronts. 3 fronts. 4 fronts. So we've seen 4 front triggers so far. We haven't seen many heals, and we really haven't seen many. Well, we've seen 2 draw triggers. So he's giving us a 2 to pass. So we did hit a front trigger, so that's pretty good for everybody. So now, since we hit a front trigger, we're going to go 30k at his Vanguard. And since my Vanguard's at 23, he'll be able to hit. So we did get 1 out there. He gives perfect guard that. And so for our last attack, we're going to go 43 at the Vanguard, and we do get another perfect guard out of his hand, which is not too bad. Alright. And the reason why we swung 13, we swung 12 of the rear guards, because we wanted to just get that out the way. Swing Maelstrom, still keep up the same attack pattern, because if he hit like no guard and he did let Theo hit, then we would have been able to get Theo power and just make these 2 attacks, which were our larger attacks anyways, because this attack at the Vanguard 15k was still a simple intercept. And now I could have just swung at Vanguard, swung here, made this pretty big, made this like 15, like 25, and then that. But it still would have been the same guard. You see how many cards in his hand there are, and for this attack, we got rid of Water Gang. So then that means that he's going to have to still commit a card from his hand. He did get Antlion, which is pretty unfortunate for us that he did have an Antlion in hand. He's going 20k to Riptide. We're going to no guard Riptide, and he hit another crit trigger. Wow. Alright, well, he's definitely out-triggering me. He's hit literally a trigger on about every turn. What we're gonna do here is we're gonna guard here. So what we're gonna have to do, because Antlion's gonna get huge, since he does not have a protect marker. So Antlion's gonna get to be at 22. That's gonna be 30. So we can put up this. We can still put these two up. I don't want to. I really don't want to get rid of my. I really don't want to get rid of him. I kind of want to get rid of this. I really don't want to get rid of him. Trying to decide on what I really want to get rid of from my hand, because also it's going to depend on what we draw, because we finally got our first restander, but we're only going to have one counterblast to use. Maelstrom's going to be sitting there. Maelstrom's going to be sitting there at actually no, we're going to actually be at full power next turn. So we can go ahead and I can go drop this. You know, we're just going to drop the I mean, we're doing 3 attacks. I can keep my restander because we're only gonna have one counterblast anyways. It's gonna be at 9k. Alright, we're gonna drop the Algos. Reason why we dropped the Algos because we're only gonna be at 9k anyways. Alright, so he does use his skill to discard 2. Soul Blast at 3. Alright, so what we got here is we got 30, and we could keep that intercept unit, but we're gonna keep our board. So, oh, we drew dagger, really good. And so everything. So let me see. Everything should be at my base power again. That's fine. We actually, you know what? Now that I think about my guarding situation, it was 30k, so I could have just intercepted off here, but I wanted to counterblast just to boost stuff. Alright, so everything is at full power again. We're gonna definitely have a decent turn here. But we're gonna drop the Riptide again. Yeah, it's probably a misplay dropping him because I could have just intercepted him off. I could have just put Algos on the Excel, swing 19, restand. Now, if he does hit a trigger, now he's hit a lot of triggers, so he did hit a lot of triggers. So what I'm hoping is that he won't damage a trigger here. So let's see, going into the battle phase. So we're working without a restander, and we could have got one, and that was probably the wrong decision, but not too sure if that was the right one or not. We'll find out, right? So he's at 15, 5, 20, 28. He is going to take the Vanguard. He's probably going to take the Vanguard attack. So we're not even going to worry about Theo boosting. We're just going to attack with Vanguard first, and we're going to see if we can get a front in this situation. He's probably going to no-guard it. We'll see how many attacks we can throw at him. And this is 23, so it's pretty good. He did have the discard 2 for the Antlion. So I think he still has that draw trigger in hand. Maybe. Because if we hit a front here, even if he damages the trigger and we hit a front here, these columns are still going to be really huge. But I'm swinging for 15. I'm still swinging. This column is still going to be swinging for a solid 23. So he'll have 3 attacks to deal with. And this attack is actually unknown for the number purposes, mostly because you know, it's a Vanguard attack. I could have just swung this first and then this, but these two, I'm relying on mostly these two to proc the reset. So he does perfect guard the Vanguard, which is cool. We got dagger and we got a front trigger. outstanding. So now what we can do is we can swing. We can, we can actually. We're actually just gonna go straight for his Vanguard because we're not gonna survive next. We're gonna go straight for his Vanguard. See what damage we can put up. Great. 35 at his Vanguard now. One of these attacks is gonna hit. Now he did hit a heal trigger, but that's fine. Yeah, I know. My goodness, too. Drop daggers, reset Maelstrom. Maelstrom's still sitting at 25. What is this attack looking like? 2. Front trigger, awesome. Wow! Oh my gosh! Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me, guys? Wow! He does have a 3 in the soul, unfortunately. And since he hit the heal trigger, he's able to get. He just sucks something into the soul for stag. Oh my gosh! Wow. I mean, I played that turn about as best as I could. I'm trying to think. Let's see if I did drop out now that I know that he hit the heal trigger on 6, correct? Wow. Wow. Now that I'm thinking about it, if I did have the Algos and I use him, I could have probably just swung 19 at his Vanguard, right? I would swung 19 at his Vanguard, or 19 at his rear guard, restand, swing Vanguard at Vanguard, probably got guarded, and then I would have hit a front. I would have had 1, 2, 1, 2. He hit the heal trigger, restand. So probably want the same number of attacks. We're gonna no guard this attack. We can't block it anyways. We did hit a heal trigger, so that's really good for us. Really, really good for us. 25. 25 and the 17. So that and that. 10K for 27. 40K? Oh, I got it. 47. 47. Wow. There's nothing left to do but to drop. We could just, see, we could just put title right here, swing 12, and restand, and then we have an 18. Yeah, we can drop title here, you here, counterblast 3K, 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 and rest 5K, so 8K to title salt. Really strong restanding right now. 17. He has to take it. Got the game. Woo! That's how you play some Aqua Force, baby. That's how you fight through all the damage triggers. He sacked the crap out of me, and we still made a comeback, baby. 8 front triggers, baby. The front triggers, that's where it is. You know, we just put down that raw damage, son. Whoo! Whoo! Oh my gosh. What a game. What a fantastic way to start off Aqua Force on the Savage Seas series. But yeah, great game, Alex the Ghostie. Remember to like, comment, subscribe here. Then go to his channel to see the video from his perspective as well on his channel, Alex the Ghostie. And the link to his channel will be in my description. He was also creating me a thumbnail, thank goodness, because I don't know how to use Microsoft Paint or anything like that. But yeah, great game. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoy. I hope you guys learn, learn something. Like even if they're sitting there hitting damage triggers, we still have the ability to fight through it. We still have the ability to pressure. We just have to, plan our attacks. As you saw most of the game, I didn't have a restand. The only time I had a restanding rear guard, which was Tidal Assault or Algos, was on my very first Grade 3 ride. And it wasn't until my final turn where he had no cards in hand and he had to put everything into Antlion. So that's what I'm talking about, guys. The deck is not bad. It's really not. It's just gonna take time and patience. You're gonna have to learn your combos. You're gonna have to learn the matchups. We are a good tech. We're probably gonna be military most. We're probably not gonna be heavily represented just due to the negative stigma that's gonna be on us for playing Aqua Force. But I promise you, you learn the deck, you learn your matchups. You play well, and obviously because we're Excel, we're a little bit we're overbalanced. So you're gonna have to try and not make misplays. That's why it's always good to test, figure out what play will be working in certain scenarios. Sometimes you don't want Theo to go. Sometimes it's like, forget Theo going off. I need to go for certain damaging. For some damage here. Theo there, if he hits, it's a luxury. That's great. But he's just there to give Maelstrom just an extra boost, 23k, just a bit of a threatening combo. But again, we didn't get to see the usage of Influent Dagger, but Dagger is definitely a key card in this deck. If I had, Dagger on the Excel circle is amazing in the matchups, but overall, again, like I've been saying, we're not bad. We're good. It's just gonna take time. You're going to lose a lot. I had to do a lot of losing before I figured out my build and how I want to figure out what I needed to do with Aqua Force. And everyone's build is gonna have different. I know people like Naval Gazer, but even though Naval Gazer I feel is more of a simple, easier to do type of deck. But yeah, Maelstrom's definitely a good deck. Even and you can even see in this example, he's hitting damage triggers. The 22k, the extra 3k, and now this might not have been the same for maybe a force matchup, so to speak. It would have been, the game would have definitely gone a completely different direction, either in my way or their way. We don't know. But even if he hits a damage trigger and goes to 22, Maelstrom's ability still allows cards to hit that number and still get a card out of their hand or damage on board. That's what I'm talking about, guys. Maelstrom is a card where he does look bad on paper, and his restand ability is not all that great. But the threat of the restand, how much does your opponent value it, and maybe what you're going to get off of it, just to filter your hand. That's something that you're gonna have to take into account. And again, we're not bad. Thank you. Got some watermelon for winning. All right, see you guys later. Remember, like, comment, subscribe, Aqua Life.